YouTube, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Gabriela and we talk everything belly dance related over here. Today I'm going to tell you a real life story about how meditation has influenced my dance career. I'm going to be talking about meditation and visualization. So the story starts in 2018, which if you're watching this now is a little over 2 years ago, about 2 years ago. I went to one of my students' house and she invited me over for dinner, and there was somebody there who was recommending a book called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. At the time, I was not meditating at all, but I was starting to realize the power of my thoughts and how the thoughts that I had really affected the actions that I took and therefore the outcomes and the results that I was getting in my life. So I found myself really intrigued by this book. He was saying how the book changed his life, and he actually gifted the book to somebody else in that reunion. And it was just really inspiring, and I really liked this person. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get this book from the library. So I did. I got the book and you can check it out. It doesn't necessarily have to be that book, but that book was really influential for me. There's a lot of books on meditation and just how the power of the mind can really affect and change different aspects of your life. And in this case, we're talking about dance career specifically. So what I did was I read the book and it had meditations, daily meditations, and I started to do those meditations every day, like it said in the book. As I was meditating, part of the meditation was visualization. So kind of hand in hand, if you really have a vision of what you want in your mind, if you know what you want and you start to have like a whole picture of it in your mind, and then gradually by working on your thought processes, believe that you can really achieve that vision and see yourself in that vision, it is very likely that this vision is going to come into your world. The book explains it much better than I just did, but that was a little summary for you guys. So I'm going to tell you what I did. I started to meditate every day. At that time, I was teaching fitness classes as well as belly dancing classes and performing belly dance. But I wanted to leave the fitness classes and just be a full-time belly dancer. And another thing I wanted to do was perform internationally. So I was living here in Canada, and I have a friend in Argentina who was organizing a belly dance festival, and she was going to bring a big belly dance star from Russia. Her name is Anna Borisova. And I was interested in teaching in this festival. I was like, ooh, that would be super fun. And I started to do a little more research about Latin American belly dance world. And I was very interested in Brazil as well. And for some reason, I just had this vision of performing with Tony Mosaic, the singer from Brazil. And I wanted to dance with him in a restaurant that is called in Maktub. So all of these things were just like ideas in my mind. And I sometimes got these thoughts like, oh, Gabriela, you know, who are you to actually achieve this? Like, this is not going to work, whatever. But I'm like, let's give it a shot. So I started to do the meditations and I started to visualize myself in these scenarios. And at first it was kind of hard. Like I kept getting interrupted by these thoughts saying, you know, you're never going to do that. Like, that's for someone else, whatever. And then gradually I was like, hey, no, let me do this. So end of 2018, beginning of 2019, I emailed the organizer of this festival. I'm all excited. I'm like, hey, I want to teach. And she's like, sorry, girl, all the teaching spots are taken. If anything changes, I'll let you know. And I was like, okay. For some reason, I didn't take that like to heart. I was like, this is happening, you know, like I'm really feeling this energy. Like I just knew it was going to happen. So I continued visualizing on that. I emailed the restaurant and they're like, oh, you know, I was traveling in June. She's like, June is way too down the line. Like, I don't know what's going to happen in June. I'm not sure you'll be able to perform. And I was like, okay, let me just continue. So I continued visualizing. I continued like believing that I would be there. And I started to prepare my choreographies. I started to prepare what I would teach in the festival, what I would perform to in the festival, what I would perform to in Brazil. I started to do more research about both these places and people and workshops and everything. And I get a message from my friend from Argentina saying, hey, there's a spot available if you want to teach in the festival. So I'm like, yes. So I did. I'll share a little picture with you guys, and I'll share a little bit of the video performing there with the live orchestra, and it was like amazing. It was the first time that something that I visualized in my head and meditated on every single day had such a physical, tangible effect, right? Anyway, once that happened, I was like, okay, Brazil has to happen. So instead of emailing the restaurant, which they were still not sure about their schedule, I contacted Tony Mosaic directly. I'm like, Tony, I love your music. I want to perform with you. I'm going to be in Brazil like these days. Let's make this happen. And he's like, yes, of course. I'm going to be singing live this day. Let's work together and whatnot. And we did. So all this to say that everything you visualize is very, very powerful, because it's going to give you the courage to take that action, to take those steps, to go for what you want. If you don't even picture it in your mind, if it's not even a possibility in your mind, it's not going to happen. But if you give yourself the opportunity, if you believe that you can do it, and then you start taking steps towards it, once you start taking those steps towards it, I get a tongue tangle there. You're gonna start believing it even more and more, because you're getting ready for it. You know, like you're actually prepared to receive this blessing that the universe has like ready for you. Like, here you go. So that was super exciting for me. Those were the first two like big steps where I saw that meditation had such an impact in my life. I'm going to talk very briefly about two other aspects after that. So I wanted to quit my fitness job and go full-time into belly dancing, which I was able to do in August 2019 after coming back from that trip in June. And now I work full-time in my belly dance studio and as a performer and directing the entertainment department, all in belly dance of a restaurant here in Toronto. And it's just been like a crazy, amazing journey. And it all started here, between these 2 years in my mind. So whatever you guys want to do, have a vision of that, connect with that vision, see how you can believe in that vision even more and believe in yourself even more, which in my opinion does take action. Once you start, you know, meditating and visualizing yourself in that position, you want to physically put yourself in that position more and more, so you're more prepared, you're more ready, you're practicing, you're dancing, you're getting all ready for these good blessings and good stuff happening, and then just watch it come into your life and it will be amazing. And then keep going for more, because there's always room for expansion. So I'm going to share just a few meditation techniques. The first technique that I started with is guided meditation, as I said, with Joe Dispenza's meditations. After that, I started to shift more into like self-awareness, introspection, and other areas. So I started to do silence meditations. So I would just lie down, I would put in an essential oil diffuser and only focus on the little noise that the essential oil diffuser did. I would set a timer for about 15-20 minutes, 20 minutes usually, every single night. Do that. And again, it just opened my mind. I started to get different visions. I started to get inspiration for choreographies, inspiration for people that I can contact to work with, and obviously a lot of inspiration in my own personal life as well, other than just work, right? So it's been amazing. And I sometimes do guided meditations too. And then another type of meditation that I love is mantra meditation. So you can find different mantras and just listen to them. It's kind of like a little phrase or a little song that is on repeat for like 15 minutes, the same thing. And it kind of releases a lot of like these everyday thoughts that we have, like all of the chatter in your mind, and just it makes you feel like you're connected to something greater. and then again, it opens yourself up to inspiration. So give it a go. I think it's a very, very important part of an artist's career to have a spiritual connection and know that we're not alone in our creative processes, we're not alone in manifesting our dreams, and that anything we can visualize in our mind, we can have in our physical experience here on planet Earth. So I hope the story is, I don't know, helpful, inspiring. If you have any stories like this, let me know. I love hearing like manifestation stories and just how visions that you have in your mind then become reality. So let me know. Thank you guys for watching. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. You can turn on the little notification bell, and I will see you soon. If you want to learn belly dancing, you can message me. If you need a performance as well. Stay safe, stay well, stay dancing. I'll see you next time. Bye.